Welcome back to the channel. I didn't want to be posting this video, but I do strongly believe that Techland have either stopped development or they have simply just called it off for the time being for Dying Light 2, and there's been no word about it. But the more I look into it, the more it seems to me as though that is the case, that they've temporarily called off development. And this all started on January the 20th of this year. We had a little letter from them, and we'll go through that letter in detail. But I've got the 4K gameplay demo on screen because I wanted to show you what they showed us in terms of gameplay. Because when I watched the reveal, I wasn't too keen on what it looked like compared to Dying Light 1, because I was a big fan of Dying Light 1. And as per usual, with the typical hardcore fan base, I got a little bit of abuse. People were saying that, oh, you're completely wrong about this game. It looked to me as though they had focused too much on the parkour for this game. It wasn't a problem, it just didn't look as immersive as Dying Light 1. The story didn't look as interesting, but if we play this gameplay demo from here, look at what happens in this game world. So we're literally in some big old castle tower type building. We've turned on the water pumps, and watch what happens from this. The pump starts spinning. There's loads of water leaking everywhere. And then all of a sudden, when it gets out of this clip, we see the dam. The dam starts opening up, releasing all of the water. Then one of the areas of the dam can't take it, so it smashes, destroys. And then the water starts flooding out at a crazy rate, and it reveals this entirely new city. It's all covered in moss and underwater stuff. But it looks amazing, the fact that these water pumps were hiding an entire city, and you never know what's going to happen with that city in the game. But look how good that actually looks, from a game perspective, that looks insane. So now if we stop the gameplay, and we switch over to Twitter, to our dedicated community. This was January the 20th. It was a busy year for us as we continued working on our biggest project to date. We know you are awaiting the game eagerly, and we want to deliver exactly what we promised. We were initially aiming for a spring 2020 release of Dying Light 2, but unfortunately we need more development time to fulfill our vision. We will have more details to share in the coming months. There's been no more details since, and this is 4 months later. And we'll get back to you as soon as we have more info. We apologise for this unwelcome news. Our priority is to deliver an experience that lives up to our own high standards and to the expectations of our fans. Please stay tuned, and thank you to our fans around the world for your continued support, patience and understanding. I would have liked a lot more transparency from that, because it simply just says we'll get back to you in a few months. In the coming months you'll find out more, in which we haven't. The only thing we have heard about is this. Apologies for the quality of it is not great, because Twitter for some reason doesn't load in HD for me. There's screaming, and there's symbols on the wall, and then there's this random smoke cloud, and what pops out? An arcade machine. And what's on that arcade machine? Insert Soul, Dying Light. Then it says Hell Raid. There is a new DLC coming for Dying Light 1. Coming summer 2020. And then it says here on the Dying Light website, no one knows where the strange arcade machine came from. One day the residents of the tower just found it in the basement after an odd power outage. They took it upstairs unaware of what they had come across. Shake up your Dying Light experience with the upcoming paid DLC introducing a new game mode based on Techland's unreleased first-person fantasy slasher Hell Raid. Explore a new dungeon area, arm yourself with brand new weapons and face vicious enemies straight from the depths of hell. Tackle this fresh challenge alone or join forces with your friends for a thrilling co-op. Hell Raid is DLC for the first Dying Light game. Techland, I don't believe, have developers for both Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. I don't believe they have separate studios that would work on both games at the same time. So I did some digging around, and I looked on both the actual Dying Light game Twitter and the Techland Twitter, and April the 18th, so this was last month. Are you passionate about communication? Can you talk to streamers, content creators and influencers? Is that a yes? Then apply to join our team. So they're looking for an influencer manager. Then literally 6 days later, Dying Light is a community-driven game. Help us shape Dying Light 2 and bring us even closer together. They put up job offers for 3 different people, a junior, a standard and a senior community manager. This was mid-April, so this was only last month. And then it was literally 5 days after that they announced the Hell Raid DLC on their Twitter. And then this, which was less than 24 hours ago. Join our team at Techland. More info at the job offers. We are hiring senior level designer, back-end web developer, and senior 3D artist. A senior level designer is someone that goes into the company, they design the game, like the core gameplay, and they figure out what they get told what's wanted in the game, they get all of that done. So if we switch over to their job offers, look at how many different jobs they have going. And I mean, with this information, like, none of it's a guarantee. I put a question mark at the end of the title. It's simply just a discussion between me and you guys, and hopefully we can get some clarification off the developers if this is even still a work in progress. Like, what are they doing with this game? Because I wanted this game. It was supposed to come out like before now, but they delayed it with no other information. It's been 4 months since we heard anything from the dev team about it. They've announced a new DLC for the first game, and now they're putting out a load of job offers. To me, it seems as though they've either done a lot of what they need to do, they just need extra check-in and stuff like that, or they've actually not got the right development team at hand. Like, they sent too many people back to Dying Light 1, they're focusing on the DLC, so now number 2 is being neglected and they need to hire more people. Because if we look at this, we have 3 different people needed for animation, and these aren't necessarily job offers like they need these sort of people, but surely with a senior FX artist, if they needed a junior, it would be on here. If they didn't need a senior FX artist, it wouldn't be here in this listing. So 3 animation developers, they need 6 people for art, they need 1 person, a junior lawyer for business development, they need 7 different jobs for design, they need 6 for development, then over here they need 4 for internship, they need 1 for IT, they need 3, 5, 7, they need 9 people for PR and marketing, 2 for production, and 2 for QA, so quality assurance. Now that seems to me, with all of those jobs on offer, that they're not actually currently working on development, or they've done so much of the development they just need extra hands in to get the job done. But it is incredibly disappointing that it's been 4 months since we've heard anything from the developers. And I mean, I've only been looking through Twitter, like their Twitter accounts, I've looked through their websites, I haven't dug further into this. I don't know if there's been any clarification on Reddit or anything like that. I've not gone and done a shit ton of research. But from what I have found, through a small amount of research, it does seem as though they've either stopped development completely, they've like slowed down the process of the development, or they're just keeping it keeping it low key, and they are doing incredibly well with development. They just want to make sure everything is up and running nicely before they officially announce that there's anything happening with the game. But on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. I want discussions and stuff in the comments. What are your thoughts? Let me know all of that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really do hope Dying Light 2 comes out at some point this year, but I can't see it being likely. But that's it for the video. Thank you for watching.